hope it does. That'd be awesome. And welcome back to another episode of the Have We Made It Yet podcast. I am one of your co-hosts, the actor Lucas Ng.
And I am comedian Josh Yang.
Again, this is another well, hopefully not another one that has the same concept, but this is the podcast where creatives talk about the process of making it in whatever craft they choose to make. But we usually generally try to focus on the creative crafts, be it musicians, which is a subtle cue to what's going to happen this episode, to actors, to comedians, to writers, to producers, to directors. We cover them all, Josh. We cover them all. As we start with every episode here, Mr. Josh Yang, have you made it yet?
I have not made it yet. If anything, I look even worse right now. Just because my lights went off, or not my light, the light bulbs went out in my room, and then I had to get new light bulbs. And when I got new light bulbs, they're fluorescent. So now I look like I'm in the inside of a hospital room, but I might have to make the change. So that's where I'm at now, where all I can talk about is the fluorescent lighting in my room.
You know what? At least you look really clean, though.
Do I? I don't know. Yeah. My hands just went white there. Anyways, but Lucas, enough about me. I think we're done with me. How have you made it yet?
Wait, what? Have I made?
Wait, yeah. Have you made it yet?
How have I made it yet? No, I have not made it yet.
Did I say how you made it yet?
Yeah. How have you made it yet?
No,
did you have a stroke midway through?
I don't remember anything anymore. Life is just a blur.
Okay. Well, no, I haven't. But this week was actually kind of cool, though. My girlfriend and I, we did an audition together.
Oh, yeah. I saw that on your social media. What was that for?
Oh, wait. Actually, she also told me to stop telling the clients' names on our podcast. So I'm going to refrain from doing that. So, Josh, sorry, I shouldn't say.
Oh, okay. But was it for like a commercial?
Yes. It was for a commercial. And it was I probably shouldn't talk anymore because one of my biggest flaws, and I'm through my therapist right now. One of my kind of flaws is oversharing to people who are the wrong people. Oh. And I tend to do that. So I really got to watch myself with that stuff. So,
okay.
Anyways, no. So I had a few auditions, didn't book anything yet, but at least it's happening. And I had some soya chicken that I just made just now, so I feel good.
Ooh.
Oh, soya chicken for the Cantonese listeners, that's xiao chicken.
Isn't it
it's xiao gai? Thank you, host. Thank you. Thank you, guest. You invisible guest right now. As you might have heard, we actually have a great guest today, Josh.
Oh, do we?
You can't see right now, but you can feel the energy coming right off right now. Okay, so I first met our next guest when I was working at TIFF last year. I remember when we first chatted as we were letting people into theaters, and I was immediately attracted and drawn into her incredible positive energy that just overrid any tiredness I was feeling while working an intense film festival. If any of you guys have been to TIFF as a patron, even it's a festival that's just constantly happening, and if you're working there, it's pretty damn long days and fun, but it's a lot of damn work. You meet a lot of great people, such as our next guest here. We chatted a bit more, and from then on, we talked about our passions, me in acting and her in music. That day, after my shift, I went on Spotify and typed in her name. I was blown away by her vocals and big band arrangements and all that. Her music huh?
I said, aw.
Oh, I thought you said, huh?
I was like, aw.
Oh, Who is that, Josh? Who is that?
I don't know. I feel like you're about to say her name.
Okay, cool. Just as a more of an intro, this wasn't no lo-fi garage band recording. Her music had horns, piano, sometimes even strings. And I haven't yet told you yet of her extremely, extremely powerful vocals. They're spot on. You have to check out her music after hearing this episode of our podcast.
Mm-hmm.
She's an incredibly talented multi-instrumentalist on the ukulele, piano, and also has played shows all over Vancouver, even at the Vancouver Jazz Festival. And she's also played in Toronto too. She's now made her home in Vancouver, so you can catch her at Jackpool Plaza or wherever she decides to showcase her amazing musical ability. Please give it up for the incredible Kristin Fung.
Hey, thank you for that intro. That was so sweet.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for coming on.
My pleasure.
As we start off with every episode of the Have We Made It Yet podcast, Miss Kristin Fung, have you made it yet?
I want to say yes, just to be cheeky. I want to ask, what does that question mean to you when you ask it?
I mean, it means so we always ask it pretty open-endedly because we want to know what that question means to our guests. So you can't answer our question with a question.
Yeah, I know. Okay. When I hear that question, I want to think of making it in the present tense. So I want to ask myself, today, are you making it, just being in the present moment and doing the best that you can with what you have, and where you're going. And yeah, today at this time, at this hour, in this moment of this day, I want to say, yeah, I'm making it. But yeah, that's just because I'm all about the journey over the destination right now. I'm really trying to do journey over destination.
Right.
Because I think your destination can change, and then you might reach a destination, and then you might not actually be satisfied with that. So I'm not saying I've made it, I play the best music in the world, I have no more work to do. I'm just saying that I'm just trying to honor me doing my best right now.
Nice. And day by day, right?
Yeah, day by day.
Awesome.
One step at a time.
There we are. Okay, so we usually want to just talk about how you started off and everything like that. So when you first picked up the ukulele, or you first played the keys on the piano, what made you first of all, what drew you into playing those first two instruments, and what made you want to stay playing those?
I think my first instrument actually was my voice. And cool. That's because of watching Disney movies. And I don't know if you guys know the movie about Little Orphan Annie, the movie.
Yeah.
The 1980 whatever version though, not
Jamie Foxx.
The recent remakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always been mesmerized by the human voice. Musicals are really big for me.
Mm-hmm.
The first musical I ever saw, I was 8 years old. And it was really epic for an 8-year-old to see Les Miserables.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was disturbingly good. I was scared. There's war going on the stage, and I was whoa. So that really had an impact on me.
Yeah.
And I think that's how I fell in love with music, just from listening to the human voice. And then piano, because my parents forced me to be in it. And then the ukulele, because my friend brought her ukulele to the beach.
Yeah.
And I want an instrument that I can bring to the beach and play like that. So that's a more recent development.
Nice. I wanted to ask this later on, but since you briefly touched upon it though, how did your parents first take it when you told them that you wanted to pursue music and also performing too?
Oh no, that they didn't take it.
Oh.
They still haven't taken it. I think when I told them that I wanted to, because I was going to university and I switched from an English degree to a music degree. So when I told them, like, I went through like the whole like audition process without even like telling them. And then I remember being like, "Hey, so I want to like switch to a music degree instead next year." And they're like, "Okay, well, make sure that you get a music degree and that you teach. You become a music teacher, okay? Because that's what like being a musician is, or whatever.
Right.
Be a piano teacher or whatever." And I was like, "Okay." And I just like, so like I actually do really love teaching, and it is like a part of who I am. But I think, oh, man, is this being recorded? I think I just said like, yeah, okay, I'll just do that. While having like a different secret plan, because I think it's really important to have like a secret plan that your parents don't know about.
Yeah.
Just tell them one thing and do another. It's fine.
Lying.
I'm still here, right?
Yeah, lying is caring in Asian culture. Yeah.
Oh my god. What was your favorite track back at Les Mis?
It was Castle on a Cloud,
Oh,
which is sung
classic.
by Little Young Cosette.
Mhm.
But now it is morphed into I Dreamed a Dream, which is sung by Fontaine.
Classic. Yeah.
And also the duet A Little Fall of Rain. I don't know. You guys know this musical, or am I just like throwing out?
I know some of the songs.
Oh,
I
yeah?
Dream a Dream I've definitely heard of. I'm not too sure about the other two. That one, and then the main one, and then the confrontation song. I just know the confrontation song from How I Met Your Mother, which is not Have We Made It Yet. It was How I Met Your Mother. That's the only other time I remember that.
Man.
Honestly, though, One Day More.
Yes, of course. Okay, like every song. Oh my gosh. Now that we're naming Les Mis songs, like I can't pick just one.
I know. If I'm ever feeling like really bluesy, though, it's On My Own.
Oh yeah, that's like my go-to karaoke song.
You sing that at karaoke?
If they have it.
Whoa! Way to flex at karaoke.
Is it? I'm assuming it's vocally tough.
I actually think On My Own is pretty accessible in the musical theater repertoire. But I actually think One Day More. Oh no, Bring Him Home.
Oh, classic.
That's like the one that Jean Valjean sings, and like that's some like falsetto there. I don't know what's going on there, but that's the harder one.
Who was the actor that played him again in the most recent Hugh or Wolverine?
Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman played. Okay. Hugh Jackman played Jean Valjean, and then who's the
Russell Crowe played
Jean Valjean. And then
Hugh Jackman played Javert. Maybe?
Javert. No, I think did we get the names mixed up? Is Javert the? I think
Javert's
Javert,
the bad guy who's like.
Yes. Oh yeah, Russell Crowe played
Javert, and then Jean Valjean is Hugh Jackman. Yes.
Really?
All to say, he has an incredible singing voice.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, like if you were to ever sing like "Memory" from Cats at karaoke,
I love that song.
Oh, shitty movie, but I mean, but great song, great song.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen the. Have you guys seen the movie? I'm not really.
No, I don't plan on going blind soon.
Yeah.
So.
No. I mean, Josh, we can like do some edibles together and then just watch it.
Oh, I think that would be some kind of trip, because then it'd be like the bad CGI mixed in with the edibles is gonna
make it worse.
Yeah, that would be a trip. That would be a trip, though.
Kristin, talking about just when you were in school and everything like that, was there a moment in performing in any of the bands that you had that really inspired you to keep on going? Or was there like a moment that you had when you wanted to quit music in high school?
I didn't want to quit music in high school. I think I wanted to quit music like a few months ago.
Oh.
A few weeks ago. 2 days ago. But luckily the feeling just keeps passing, and like I find my way, like I crawl my way back in. But yeah, this was probably supposed to be like an inspirational moment story. So maybe ask a follow-up question.
Okay, on that note, I know you listen to a lot of cool music too, and your influences that are now portrayed in the songs that you make have things such as like Aretha Franklin to Tina Turner vibes to it. What about those artists really attracted you to them?
It's hard to say because like music is so like uniquely experienced from one individual to another.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember when I first discovered like Stevie Wonder's like records from like the 70s, which I think were like really like his musical prime.
Mm-hmm.
Like not the stuff that you would hear on commercial radio, like I Just Called to Say I Love You and all that stuff, but like his records like Inner Visions, Music of My Mind, like really like artful pieces of work. Like those like just like spoke to my soul, and like I can't even really like describe what that was like, but
Yeah.
I think it's like finding like a reflection of some part of yourself or some like desire that you have being like reflected back to you from another person. It's kind of like, oh, you get me, or like oh, you like like you like layered on top of something that I already thought of and like made it
Yeah.
better.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I think that's I don't know, that's what attracts me to that sound.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely like yeah, like 90s R&B slow jams.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. They just get me.
No doubt,
So
no doubt. I hear a lot of like Marvin Gaye in your music too.
oh,
But like
cool.
that guy like went through a lot of heartbreak and everything like that to create that type
Yeah.
of stuff. Are
Mhm.
those the type of emotions that you want to evoke out of yourself too, to relate to that type of music?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think like working through anything in your life is done awesomely if you can do it with music.
Mhm.
And I also like thinking of music as like a vehicle to like ascend even higher. So like music is and can be therapeutic,
Mhm.
but it can also be like uplifting, and it can like take a life outside of itself
Yeah,
and like I don't know, speak to an even higher existence that you're striving for.
no doubt, no doubt. Josh, is there a track in your head or anything like that that like puts you over?
A track in my head, like any type of, okay, so I guess I'm always, whenever it comes to music, I don't listen to a lot of, different songs as much. So I always feel a little out of my depth when I talk about music per se. I like things like, I like jazz, so I do appreciate the jazz elements that you have in your music as well. So I like kind of old school. If it's not big band, then it's like the old what is it, Charlie Parker, and then
Oh, cool.
kind of Dizzy Gillespie, those type of that kind of era in between big band and then later experimental jazz. But then like other kind of stuff, ooh, I definitely got into funk for a little bit, and then James Brown. One song I found recently called "The Payback." For some reason, that gets me. When I first heard it, it was just like, it just hits a,
It
it just,
is. That's exactly how it makes you feel.
yeah, it just hits a,
Oh,
it's just, yeah. So that song, I definitely that recently hit me.
Nice.
Yeah,
Payback, it's called?
the
the
payback.
payback.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll look out for
Yeah,
it.
it's like music that just kind of like jumps out at you and it like grabs your hips and like makes you like
yeah.
gyrate.
It's just it's like, because when in the beginning, like when he's got the jazz and then he's got the beat going, and then like when he does his whole like half, singing, half grunting, half speaking
Mhm.
type of thing, and then when he hits you with that first it's like you feel that so I don't know, it's just like a pinpoint precision display of emotion. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice, nice. Kristen, you talk a lot about like independence and self-love in your tracks and everything like that. With songs like "The Man Is Optional" and your most recent like "You for You," and I love your cover art for it. Just like
Aw,
that.
thanks.
Yeah. Yeah,
Doesn't
there we
really
are.
look like that, but you do it better. Do it again. Yeah, that's it.
I wish my neighbors can see it because it's literally right at the window right there. So yeah, well, like, what inspires you to create tracks that talk about like loving yourself as opposed to striving for the affection of another person?
I guess that's just like a value that I really like hold deeply in myself or like strive for.
Nice.
But I'm not like, yeah, that's so cool that you like noticed that and like, yeah, noticed that about my music. Cause like, actually, I'm not even sure if I really noticed it until like people who listen like pointed it out to me.
Oh,
But ooh, actually, can I do like a really weird flex right now?
do it. Yeah, you're gonna play something?
Well, not exactly, but like
Okay.
when I released this song, "You for You," this my most recent single, my friend Ryan Cho, who is an amazing poet, teacher, soon to be author, who's writing a book about anti-racism from the Asian male perspective. So we should all like stay tuned for that.
Yeah,
He texted me this like really cool text about what like you for you, like what he perceived, like what you're kind of talking about, like self-love and independence. So like, can I like read it? Because he explains it a lot better than I do.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, first, the new track is Fire Fung, and some of the best songwriting you've done too. It's even sort of anti-capitalist. Okay, yeah. And then he goes on to say, if you listen to a lot of female empowerment anthems like No Scrubs, Irreplaceable, and a lot of Lizzo stuff, the underlying theme is one of ascribing a man's worth to his job, financial standing, or the extent that they are sexually desired by women, which is basically reinforcing patriarchy onto men. They also laud the disposability of those men as partners because of the dynamic of females being more sought after as sexual partners, and as a result, having more access to things like sex compared to men, which is conflated as empowerment, even though it also contributes to female objectification, dehumanization, and sexual assault. And then he says, but your song doesn't do that because you are rad and that is just who you are.
Wow.
Ryan Cho, everybody. Yeah, like, Ryan Cho. Yeah, I'm like, well, you explain it better than I did. I didn't realize that that's what I was putting out there. But if you get that from my songs, like, that's pretty sick. Yeah.
Dude, okay, yeah, everyone, after this episode, please listen to You for You, please. Just put it on Spotify. God damn. But yeah, honestly, Ryan Cho, okay.
Yeah.
Writing down facts. Okay, awesome.
Yeah, so I think it just like it just speaks to like who are you as a person if you don't have a fancy car, or if you don't have like a whole bunch of friends and followers, or if you don't have a relationship. Like, are you less of a person if you don't have like someone who loves you?
Yeah.
And like, I think the answer is like, no, we all have something unique to contribute to this world. And yeah, we are like awesome as we are. So.
Exactly, man. You talk about land, and then there's this one line that you talked about like buying a plot of land, and then also like it's just all meant to build a castle in the sand. And I was like, oh, that's a great one. You
like that rhyme?
I did.
Good analogy.
And with that, though, like there's a more performative aspect of comedy and also music too. So I was looking at footage of you performing, say at the Burdock and all that stuff.
Cool.
Like, I think you're performing "The Man Is Optional" there. I think I saw your latest one there. It was like 6 months ago. I remember watching it on YouTube.
Give me those hits.
Yeah. Honestly,
gotta make it.
Yeah. I saw your subscriber count on your YouTube channel. And so Josh and I are like trying to get over 100.
Okay.
But you have like 290, 289 or so. And then after,
I should check that.
Yeah.
Did you guys subscribe?
I haven't subscribed yet.
We will.
I will.
Okay, I'll subscribe to you guys after this too.
Oh,
yes.
Shit.
And that's how we make it. Subscribing to each other, one subscription at a time, one follower at a time.
Yeah.
So no, I'm just looking at that just because after 100 subscribers, then you get your own special URL. So it says Kristin Fung Music. Anyways, so at the Burdock, I saw that your live stage shows are really big. This is not just you and a laptop and keys. This is like a full out big band there. When I was watching you perform, like you can't help but be drawn into your energy because you have incredible stage performance and also presence too. For any performers out there who might be struggling with like either imposter syndrome or just stage fright or anything like that, you looking out at you, it doesn't look like you have any fear going into it. Can you offer any?
No, I still get that.
Well, you're hiding it really well. Can you offer anything for any aspiring musicians to how to overcome that feeling?
Okay, it's going to sound kind of cheesy, but like breathing exercises. But not only breathing exercises, but like stretching out your like hip flexors before you go on stage or before you perform anything, like even before you like, before your like stand up or like before your audition tape and stuff. Like, I don't know all the like science and hoo-ha behind this, but I just know that it works. Like you really do have to engage your core, because I think when we get nervous, we like hold all this like energy and like shallow breath like up here, and we're like, and you get onto the stage and you're like, here's my music or like whatever. But if you're like grounded with that like James Brown like payback kind of like feeling in your hips, then like you speak differently, you sing differently, you move around differently, and you just have way more of a like command of the space. So like, I would say like, don't be afraid to like do squats like right before you go on stage, and everyone's gonna be like, whoa, this person's nuts, and you'd be like, I'm gonna show you how nuts I am. Then you're gonna just like go out there and kill it.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's like the physiological kind of like trick yourself into like feeling awesome side. And then the imposter syndrome thing, like I still struggle with that. I think we all do. But I think it's important, like, again, this sounds super cheesy, but like to really like take into your heart like that you're not trying to be like the best. Because if you really are like still trying to be like the best at what you do, like you'll like burn yourself to the ground.
Interesting.
Oh, and also this kind of fits with the like you for you theme of that song, but just that whole mentality of like, let's say like you're not that good at your craft, like are you still worthy like of being an artist? Like
right is like making it, if you put your identity so much in the pursuit of making it, and like say you don't make it to how you make it, how you feel like making it, does that mean you failed, or how will that apply to your sense of pursuit or passion? And to a certain degree, everybody faces that. A lot of young comedians or comedians get jaded over time because they expect certain things to happen. But even with I assume it's kind of similar with acting and music as well. It's like it's so subjective. You never know what exactly is going to hit, what won't hit. Sometimes you see other people that you may feel like is like, oh, I'm better than them, but they're getting ahead of you. Like, so you can't quantify how that makes any sense to you. So people get jaded. People then burn out and feel like it's not for them. So yeah, I don't know. It's like sometimes that identity, you do have to change your expectations, I think, on what you want.
Or just find ways to like build yourself back up, or like, I don't know. I think it's really refreshing. Like I like checking out, comedy and movies and stuff, because I think like it's all related to the whole inspiration process.
Yeah. And I think that's a really cool point too. It's like inspiration comes and goes. Sometimes you literally do hit a brick wall, and it's okay to have writer's block. And I think so much like what I'm trying to do right now is not put so much self-worth onto my craft. So instead of like, I don't say I'm an actor, I say I act, or because it's thank you. Yeah, because like acting is not my only thing. Like I also play music, I play sports, I work too, so if one thing can quantify my whole life, then I probably am living a pretty shallow life then. So trying to meander my way.
And you're just like so much more interesting as a person, like the more like interdisciplinary you are like in your life,
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
That's what I think
am.
anyway.
Yeah, exactly. We can't escape this conversation because we're living through it right now. Okay, I see on your Instagram that you're big into performing and busking wherever you can go. I also saw in your CBC article that was really cool when you did that back at that station. I forgot which one, but it was dead of winter and you had like a lay on. It must have been so cold.
Oh, you mean when I was busking at Spadina subway station in Toronto, I
Yeah,
think? And
that
yeah,
one.
and CBC came and they like interviewed us and they're like, "Why are you doing this?"
Yeah.
we're like just cuz like we like to for the joy of life.
Exactly. Yeah, and you were like in winter boots and a big jacket. I'm like, man, if there's anyone that can bring the heat in the dead of winter, it's like it has to be you, man. It's ridiculous.
Hawaii state of mind.
Yeah.
For life.
I love
That's
it.
what yeah.
That's a pretty interesting spot too, because I walked by there like literally the other day, and they always have that little square cutout in that long hallway, right? So yeah, for that, is it like if you want a bus, you have to like sign up somewhere for that?
Yeah, there's I think about 100 or 150 selected Toronto subway musicians, and you have to audition for the program. And they only hold auditions like every 3 years. So when I first moved from Vancouver to Toronto like 7 years ago, I heard about the auditions because they do them at the CNE. And I was like, whoa, how do I do that? And then I had to wait like 3 years. And you have to like go there to the TTC head office, like near Davisville station, like go there in person and like put your signed form on the table, like time stamped and everything. So yeah, it's a bit of a rat race, but actually New York also does that too. Like contrary to popular belief, like I know there are people who just like set up anywhere, and like I actually think that's like pretty cool too. But they introduce the permit system in these bigger cities to like make sure it's fair for everyone. Because if you are a registered subway musician, then you have a spot like every single day of the year that's yours, and you can just go there and be like, "Hey, this is my spot today." And then if someone's ready there, they have to be like, "Okay," and then like they just back up and go. Yeah.
Right. Oh, interesting. Wait, so then that's not the only spot, is it then?
No, there's like I don't know, 40 something spots, I think. I can't remember.
Throughout the city.
Yeah.
Is there one at like a music park? It's like music, you know what one, Lucas, though, that's right down
Toronto Music Garden?
Music Garden. Yeah. Is that one?
That's actually like kind of I guess it's made into a venue. Like I can't remember the name of the festival that programs specifically there every year, but I don't think it's actually a busking spot, but
interesting. Yeah, it is really, it's a nice setup. It's like right in front of a willow tree, and then there's like little tiny kind of an amphitheater setup. And
it's so beautiful.
Yeah, no.
I'm just also wondering, like, of course, concert halls and like big theater venues are kind of shuttered because of COVID right now. How have you had to change your interaction with fans, and how have you gone to know your fans better as a result of COVID? Or how have you performed in front of people instead?
Well, luckily I had planned to release like some music in 2020, like long before the pandemic hit. So I kind of had these songs like ready to go.
Nice.
Like You for You and stuff. So I guess it helps to like plan a little bit in advance. But then like releasing music and not being able to like perform it live really sucks. So yeah, I guess I'm just trying to embrace like the summer weather that we have right now, because like I feel like like playing music outdoors is like all that we have right now, and soon it's going to be like winter again. It's going to be like flu season. We're going to all like crawl back in and want to die. But yeah, I've always loved like live performing, and I love kind of like pop-up music. As much as I also love concert halls and like supper clubs where it's like rude to have a conversation while the music's playing. Like I actually really appreciate like all kinds of settings of music, but yeah, like I think like I'm in my prime, like when it's like a summer festival and it's outdoor stage, there's people around like dancing and bumping into each other and stuff.
Oh,
So
man.
that's kind of why I'm like busking right now.
Mhm.
And Vancouver's like so beautiful right now, except for right now it's like raining, but
Is
Yeah.
it?
yeah,
Oh.
global warming is real.
Mhm.
So
Vancouver is real. Yeah.
yeah,
Vancouver rain is real. But then wouldn't you be able to? Well, maybe not in dead of winter, but I guess maybe in Vancouver because the weather's more temperate. Like you could probably do it more than say Toronto. Toronto, everybody shuts down
yeah,
at a
as long
certain
as it's
point.
not raining, because like then it's gonna get all over my equipment. But I
Mhm.
remember in Toronto it was really hard busking in the winter because like our fingers would just freeze.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like hot
Ooh.
tip for anyone who wants to do busking, like jumping jacks can really like build up your internal body temperature.
Mm.
Like if you just need to get warm really fast,
Mhm.
jumping jacks.
You listen to here first, kids. Avoid the shots. Just do jumping jacks.
Avoid flu shots as well.
No. Avoid
like
vodka.
shots.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, if you do enough jumping jacks, you'll get drunk as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Just about to wrap it up here, though. In light of all that's happening in the world right now, what does being an artist mean to you?
It means bringing a sense of hope and like joy
Mhm.
to a world that like really needs it now, like more than ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, it's almost sometimes it's like an artist almost just wants to be like a black mirror and reflect back to the world the same kind of sadness that they feel. But like I'm taking your approach as the opposite, where you want to elevate and bring something better, right?
That's like, yeah, that's the goal.
Mhm.
I could write plenty of songs about how awful the world is,
Mhm.
and there's nothing wrong with that. And I like, yeah, this is so personal, like from one individual to another, but like I don't necessarily feel like doing that right now.
Mhm.
Um, I think because it makes me feel worse,
Oh, okay.
and I'm trying to strive like and choose the life that I wanna live. You know,
Yeah.
like Hawaii state of mind, even though it's like I'm in Vancouver and it's raining.
Yeah.
That's the ideal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you? Always on that though? Do you have any new material that you're planning on releasing?
Yeah, I've got a couple songs that are like in the works. I'm really trying to build my skills in recording and self-producing
Mhm.
right now because that's kind of like all that we have right now.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping to release something in the fall if I don't just obsess over it too much.
Yeah.
Just gotta let it go.
Do you find yourself like almost, for a lack of a better term, like almost coddling your songs too? It's like you're so precious about them, but you're not willing to get them out
Oh
into
my
the world.
gosh, yes. And
Yeah.
it's so stupid. Like that's why it took me like 7 years to like release like
On that
a
note, I
bunch
did.
of music.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, because I've still been like making music like all this time in those 7 years, but like
Mhm.
there's always like, oh, just like one more little thing. Like I'm not happy with this. Oh no.
Yeah. I wanted to. Well, this was like a side question, but like I noticed from 2012 and all of a sudden to 2020, I'm like, there's like an 8-year gap between the two.
Mhm.
Yeah. Is that just you like holding on to it?
I mean, it's not that I'm like wasn't active in those years because I definitely was. I think like my priorities just like shifted in different directions and like that time of like 2012 to 2020, like that's exactly the time that like I lived in Toronto and
Mhm.
we're like I was like gathering all these different experiences.
Yeah.
Um so I don't know. I knew this writer who was like, it takes like 7 years to like form a story like in your mind before you can like publish your first novel or whatever. And I was like,
Mm.
and now I'm like, oh, I guess I did that without like 7 years went by. Oops.
Yeah.
But also because I'm not like a committed like trying to be pop artist where it's like push out a single like every few months or whatever. Like,
Right.
I want it to be like a body of work that I'm really proud of.
There we are. Yeah, no record label is pushing you to make 3 albums in 4 years. So take your time.
Mm. Is there like a kind of maybe at this point that you've released the first single and you're working on new material as well? Is there like what's the next big goal that you're trying to kind of strive for? Get it like make enough to like put out maybe a full album if you haven't done that yet?
Yeah, a full album would be cool. I think right now I'm really like interested in making like a music video or multiple music videos that are really like a work of art.
Right.
I just need the same budget that Solange has. No, I don't. Yeah, I'm probably gonna do something way more like DIY.
Nice.
Because I'm really committed to like showing other artists and like empowering them and being like, you can make something with almost nothing.
Oh yeah. Oh for sure. If anything, like a lot of people blow up with making something from nothing. I'm even like what is it, Lil Nas X? Like he made that whole what is that song? Old Town Road. I think that's the song name. He made that off of like a sample off of a free sample off of a guy from Europe, and then he put that out there, and then like out of nowhere, like he wasn't really getting any traction or anything. Then out of nowhere, it catches fire, and then he suddenly gets catapulted. So like some of the stuff you make with like the DIY with your hustle is you never know.
Yeah, I love that.
Awesome. All right. Let's do it with the word association game.
Let's do it.
I had that thing. What you were talking about, Kristin, like the thing in my throat, and I talked from here, not down here. And I was like, I need to do more breathing exercises.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, or those hip flexor stretches things.
Diaphragm.
Josh, you don't need to do that, man. If anything, you need like to talk more up here because you're always like down here. Maybe, yeah. I guess when I speak and I try to hit those low notes, it's less from below as it is from. I don't know where it comes from.
I think it's cool what you're doing. I learned recently, actually I think you both will be interested in this, that like to have like a healthy speaking voice for performance and all that stuff, you can practice like finding the optimal pitch of your voice, which is usually a bit higher than you think.
So how would you know which? Is it just the one you feel the most comfortable speaking in?
Try saying as if you're like asking a question or like agreeing with someone.
Okay.
Or like
and
then like try to like stay on that pitch that you landed on, like or and that might be like around your optimal pitch.
Okay. Yeah, for everybody listening, they could try that as well.
Yeah, try it at home.
This episode is just going to be called
with Kristin Fung.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can we just do an hour of that next time then?
Just yes. I'll do the soundtrack to it. I'll underscore
please, it. Yeah. Please. All right. Josh, did you want to go first for your 10?
Yes, because my 10 never changes.
Oh, I thought you changed it because you're usually like moving through papers.
No, it's like a rock. It doesn't change, even though rocks change as well.
What's going on here?
We're doing our special end of the podcast game, the word association.
Ooh,
I know.
So so basically, okay, so what's gonna happen is I'm gonna read 10 words. Lucas is gonna read 10 words, and then the first word or thought or like image or whatever comes to your mind, just say it right after either of us say our words. And then it's just kind of like it's just a kind of not an in-depth, but it's like a interesting look into the mind of our guests. Okay. So empty your mind, clear your mind.
I'm excited for this one.
And then I shall begin with my first word. Family.
Rich.
All right. Pineapple.
Tropical.
Rain.
Vancouver.
Yep. Alone.
Trees.
Motivation.
Stride.
Kumquat.
Fruit.
Mountain.
The chief.
Tightrope.
Janelle Monet.
Oh.
2 words. Okay.
Yeah. Janelle Monet. Satisfied.
Daft Punk. I don't know what. Like. Okay. Yeah. I'm not gonna edit myself, but.
Hey, no.
You said we're playing. This is how it works, right?
It's the first thing that comes to your mind. Daft
Okay.
Punk is satisfied. Satisfaction satisfies you. Then we go with it. Last word. Ending.
Beginning.
Oh, you'd be surprised. A lot of people do say that as well. Ending, beginning. It's like a cyclical type of thing. Yeah. So Lucas.
Okay. All right. Clear your head again. Get into that Zen state. For our audio listeners, that was neither Josh nor I.
No.
That was our guest.
I was clearing my head.
Okay,
No,
that was me now.
like words like come to me and I can't even explain like why. Like I don't know why I said Daft Punk. Like I think it's like
that's what we want.
I don't know, tangential.
We're looking for those type of reflexive answers.
Okay.
But honestly, Kristin,
editing.
Yeah. Kristin with a $10 word, tangential. Ooh.
Tangential.
Tangential.
What does that even mean? Okay, sorry.
Like going on a tangent. Okay, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Clear my mind.
All right. Okay. First word of 10. Marvin.
Gay.
Oh, okay. Brown.
Brick.
Flower.
Hibiscus.
Keys.
Lost.
Funk.
Fung.
Phone.
Lucas.
Oh, cool. Q.
QWERTY.
Casio.
Keyboard.
Chief.
Squamish.
And last one, Kristin.
Fung.
Okay, cool. Because lately we've been getting a lot of, that's me. And I'm like, not making fun of our former guest for saying that, but we've been getting a lot of that.
Oh.
Yeah.
I feel like I have this reflex to like, people are like, what's your name? Like, how do you say your name? It's like, Fung, Fung. Like, I'm just like used to like always clarifying my name. I don't know if you guys get that at all, but.
I do, because my last name has no vowels. So
how do you pronounce it?
So it's at the back of your throat. So it's.
Oh wow, that sounds like I got an answer wrong.
Yes, Josh. I have like terrible stories of like teachers.
You've heard everybody just ing. Wait, what was that?
Sorry. No. Erase that. You gotta like
that is
open your
so cool. Can I sample that?
I don't know why. Sure. I feel like I've never even heard it. Wait. So what's your full name in Cantonese?
Okay. So I gotta clear my throat.
Get in your zone.
Oh, ancient ancestors are now looking down on me to make sure I don't screw this up. Okay, sorry. Here it is. Zhonghin.
Sick.
Thank you.
Mm.
You want to go around the table and just say our Chinese name?
Are we all Cantonese here?
No, I'm mainland.
Cool.
Well, not main. Well, I mean, Canton is also in mainland, but I'm northern. I'm a northern Chinese person.
Whereabouts?
I was born in Beijing,
Cool.
but my family is also from like Henan and Gansu region, so like central to north.
Right.
Mm.
What's your Chinese name, Josh?
My Chinese name is in Mandarin is Yang Jiachen.
What does it mean?
It means something. Each individual word is like has like celestial whatever something good. I forgot it exactly. I did realize lately that Yang is actually it stands for like poplar tree or willow tree. So technically my last name is that. But also like Yang Jiachen was kind of just because also in Mandarin words sound the same and mean different meanings, right? So that's a lot of that kind of combination. So my mom's last name is Chen, and then my dad's last name is Yang, and then Jia is add, so they just Yang Jia Chen. Which oddly enough, also more so my nickname though people called me when I was a kid was Yang Chen, which was not they didn't call me as Yang Jia Chen, which is weird.
Nice.
But yeah, so now you can crack into my credit card security.
Kristen,
Weird. How do you spell it?
Yeah. I'll never. It's yeah.
My Chinese name is Fung Yan.
Oh, a yan at the end.
Yeah, I think it means like happy girl.
Mm.
Oh.
Or I was told that when I was a kid, and I guess I just kind of lived it.
Hell yeah.
They could have been lying though. It might have been like.
Do you know how to write it still?
Yeah, I did write it once.
Wow.
Recently.
Once.
Oh, recently.
No, recently.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, no. I mean, like, if we don't have a reason to write it, sometimes, and like, you don't write. I don't. Pretty sure I haven't. I know how to write it, but I feel like I haven't written it out in like years. It's like, when is the last opportunity for me to write it? And
if you go to the AGO during Lunar New Year, there's a calligraphist there, and you can ask them to like write stuff in calligraphy. And I was like, "Can you do my name?" But I don't remember what the second character is. And
yeah, write my name with hundreds of combinations of words that sound exactly the same in our language.
Yeah, can you do that? Anyway, I figured it out.
Nice,
yeah.
nice.
Is there a reason? Because like your first name starts with a K instead of a CH. I'm always interested because alternate spellings. Like, do you know why you got a K instead of like a CH?
I think it was just one of those like this name's cool. Let's do this one kind of things.
Hey, so yeah. Wait, I guess the CH Kristen would probably be the weirder one than the K.
Yeah,
right?
I've actually never seen a Kristin before.
Yeah, it's a Kristin. Oh shit.
Kristin.
It's Don't a Kristin. Yeah. Huh. Right. Okay. Well, this is really detracted into something else. Our conversations really.
What are your handles and where can people find you?
They can find me at Kristin. Kristin Fung music on Instagram. But actually, after this, I'm going to go search Instagram and see if there's a Kristin Fung.
There's a Chris.
If you don't know, now you know.
Wow. Yeah.
It's Kristen with a K. With a
K.
And also, please subscribe on YouTube and subscribe to these guys because these guys are awesome.
Yes. And if you follow and subscribe to us, we'll follow and subscribe to you because I'm not saying we're desperate, but we need them. I'm not saying we're.
Hey man, come on!
I'm not
Don't lay up
saying.
your hand like that.
Hey, you know what? I'm not ashamed to say. I've got no shame. We shouldn't have any shame in this.
Yes, there's power in asking.
Yes.
After this, I'll go log into my 5 Gmail accounts and I will subscribe from each and every one.
Yes. Gain the system. But yes, great. Lucas, what are your handles?
You can find me at Lucas John NG Nancy Golf. The one last name that has no vowels. Lucas John Ing on Instagram and on Facebook. And Joshua?
You can find me at Josh Yang Comedy across everything that exists in humanity. But yes, also please follow, subscribe, like, share the Have We Made It Yet podcast, which is HWMIY podcast, HWMIY podcast. And yeah, that would be great.
Sorry. What is your next show?
It's supposed to be tomorrow, but it's raining.
Oh shit.
So next Friday at Jack Pool Plaza, which is where the Olympic Cauldron is, next to the Vancouver Convention Center for all you Vancouverites.
Next Friday, because this
next Friday coming out next
August.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
So August 28th.
You can see Kristin Fung at the Jack Pool Plaza. So everyone check her out if you're in Vancouver.
And they're on the 28th, August 28th.
August 28th.
Great.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kristin, for joining us.
Woo!
Thanks.
All right. See you all next week.